Let's imagine I gave you a game that you could never lose. You'd never play it. Past the age of 5, tic-tac-toe is no longer of interest to you. What in England they call noughts and crosses. Chess remains interesting to you. Go remains interesting to you. Maybe not to deep mind, but it remains interesting to us. Why? Why is a game, an effortless game, at which you can never lose, immediately boring, whereas a game where there's a prospect of losing and learning is interesting? The same goes for sport. Lifting a peanut is not an interesting sport. Playing basketball is. Why? Because it's hard. Because you don't score a basket every time you shoot the ball. That's this interesting sense of failure. We are motivated by complex tasks where there's the possibility of learning. People talk about a culture of failure, we need to be able to fail, but I think it's sort of missing the point. What we need to do is tantalize, amuse, and challenge our intellect, which includes our motor system, by the way. That's a better way to think about it. I think the analogy works. A game at which you could never lose, you would never play. A project at which you could never fail, you should never engage in. It's the same concept. It's not fear. It's something much deeper, which is there's nothing in there to learn. And what we want to do is always learn. That's what your nervous system was evolved to do. You're defying its need. That's why failure is interesting. Yeah. Something odd has happened, that risk and failure are terms that are applied over here, and curiosity and learning over here. But they're twins. I'm not interested in failure. I would like to succeed. I'd like to win if I played you in chess, but I want to learn. And we need a new vocabulary, I feel. I feel as if we're dealing with concepts that have sort of outlived their usefulness. And when I go to meetings with businesses and they say, we need to fail and fail and fail, I say, that's not a business I would invest in. No. But if I go to a business that says we need to learn, and we need to get better, then it's interesting. But clearly an element of learning is when your hypothesis is not correct. Is that failing? Not for me. It's the essence of science. So we just need new vocabulary here, I think.